AF Chee has recently gotten some flack for their marketing strategy on TikTok. But is it bad or immoral? In this episode of IMO, we discuss the impact of this controversial marketing strategy.
When I look at the video as a female, I feel that, it's a bit distasteful, but it's not that different from a lot of the other content that is out there.
But to be fair, all the other content that was there is not brand. You have a product to sell. The product is not you. Welcome to another episode of In My Opinion. Obviously, I'm not John. My name's Lester.
I'm Kezia.
And yes, as many of you might be confused where John is serving the nation. He's a reservist right now. So it'll be me and Kezia for the next 2 weeks and maybe some guests as well. So stay tuned for that. But before we go on, even without John, our socials still stay the same. It's still Overthink SG everywhere. Telegram, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, OnlyFans.
Wow.
Coming soon.
Wow.
And do follow us there.
This is the first time. This is where I learned of it.
You don't know we are OnlyFans?
No.
Or coming soon and OnlyFans? Someday. Might not be today, might not be tomorrow, but someday.
Goodness me.
But today we have Kezia. Kezia is my wonderful girlfriend. First time on IMO actually. It only took you 109 episodes, but it's fine. It's cool, okay. All cool, no worries.
Yeah, no passive aggressive at all. It's totally
I'm fine, yeah. I think this is
totally
okay.
good.
This is fine.
This is a
It's
great
not
start. We're going great.
I think our relationship is not bad. Yeah, I think it's alright. No worries. But today's episode is gonna be quite a juicy one. And I think quite apt that you're here. Because I think you are a key opinion leader in this episode.
Is it because I'm a female?
Mainly. A big part of it is a thing that you could not control.
Thank you. I feel very valued here today. I feel like a very honored guest.
It's not because you work hard or anything, it's just you
Not
were born
because
like
I
that.
happen to be
Smart or...
someone who will definitely say yes if you ask.
Would you have?
I think so.
Besides the point, basically we're going to talk about AF Chee. For people who don't know, of course you probably didn't have TikTok or whatever, but basically AF Chee is Anytime Fitness. They're opening a new branch in Chee. So, and as part of their marketing plan, they just got a bunch of TikTok girls to dress in biker shorts, biker tights.
I don't think it's biker. I think it's shorter than biker.
Is it shorter than biker?
Biker is until your knee
thighs,
there,
right?
but this one is short shorts.
So it's tight shorts. It's tights and normal sports bra . It's generally
Crop top.
the crop tops.
I went to
yes.
watch all. I went to
You went to
study
watch
up
all?
for this.
You went to study up.
Yes.
She obviously studied more than me because I have no idea what's going on. But basically, they were getting a bit of flack because they're using the male gaze, if you want to put it academically, to gain followers and therefore hopefully conversions. And they were getting quite a bit of flack because people were like, why are you using these young girls and putting them in this kind of situations just for your marketing or whatever. And on TikTok, there's been quite a bit of buzz. But I think the two of us, the reason why I say that another reason why I think you were very apt to be on this
I don't
episode.
know that I'm female.
I don't have fact that you're female, so that I won't get cancelled. Is that I think we are both media people. And because of that, we come from this, when I first saw this and when you first saw this, in fact, the first thing you told me was talking from the marketing perspective, from the media perspective.
Yeah.
And we both have a little bit different opinions about that. So you told me in our text that you actually don't think it's that bad of a marketing thing. Why do you think it's not
Okay, I wouldn't phrase it like that.
Okay.
Okay, so when I first came across it, it was via YOLO.
Yeah.
He was reacting to the videos, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, it's terrible. And then I was discussing him. I was saying it's gonna ruin your reputation. This is bad. This is you're gonna get the views, but then your branding is gonna be affected. Everything. That was the first impression that I had.
Yeah.
Bad. Then.
Yeah, you saw the numbers.
And then I went in to look for Anytime Fitness. So first of all, they are ranking like crazy. I searched Anytime Fitness on Google. Anytime Fitness Chee comes up. I go to TikTok. Anytime Fitness Chee comes up.
Yeah.
So I was like, the first thing I realized is that when you search Anytime Fitness, right, if that's the first thing that comes up, their followers are higher than Anytime Fitness SG.
The actual account, right?
The actual account.
Yeah.
And their views are way higher. I'm like, okay, to some level, right? If the objective is to hit the numbers, you can consider from the end this to be somewhat
Successful.
hitting their goals lah.
But
that was what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not with any good marketing thing. That is not the
the
point.
only thing. Yeah, it's not the only thing. Yeah.
Okay, I think the core of this is it's like those people who say that there's no such thing as bad publicity. From a comm student from WikiWe, do you think there's such thing as bad publicity? It's such a tough question. But I think it's at the core of it. If you believe that there's such thing as bad publicity, you will hate AF Chai Chee. But if you are the DJ Jet Rasif camp, or like the Xia Xue camp, who do not believe that there's such thing as bad publicity, if there's like hate or whatever, to them it's just you're getting more me, giving me more attention, therefore it's a good thing.
Is this extreme enough for people to hate them though? Like, do you hate them?
I don't hate them, but I think there are people who do.
Like actual hate?
Like hate comments, at least.
Hate comments is different from people who actually
No, okay,
hate,
but
hate,
Singapore
though.
doesn't care enough to hate, but they'll give hate comments. But you get what I mean? Like, there are some people who believe that bad publicity is not actually bad because you are giving eyeballs to them. But,
Yeah.
okay, then why don't I say my opinion first?
Okay.
My opinion is there is such thing as bad publicity.
Okay.
And
Why?
that's the reason why marketing specialists exist. Right?
Mm.
If there's no such thing as bad publicity, right, any random ass dude, right, on the street, right, can make a good marketing plan. They just like strip someone naked and run around the Orchard Road with the company's logo on it. Can we? What's stopping them from doing that? It's bad publicity. It's publicity, but then you don't believe there's such thing as bad publicity. But obviously there is, because that is a bad idea. Because you can get the numbers, you can get the views, but at the end of the day, the valence or like the emotional, I don't know how else to explain valence. The emotional reaction that you attribute to the brand or the marketing plan that you have is going to be negative, and therefore that is going to affect your sales and your products, because like they're just going to think like that's the brand that ran around naked in the street with their brand logo on the guy, and then you go like I don't want to be associated with that, and then you don't buy it. That's why everyone called A&F. That's why A&F got like the big dip, right? Because there was a period of time where they were just only hiring like really, really handsome people with like six packs and washboard abs, right?
Yeah, they walk around half naked.
Yeah. And then they realized that the CEO was a piece of shit who said a lot of weird ass things. And then people were like, wait a minute, I don't want to be associated with that anymore. And then A&F kind of like fell off a cliff that no one ever saw them again. And then H&M came up or whatever, right? But A&F, I think that's the downfall of A&F. And therefore, I don't think you can say there's no such thing as bad publicity. There is such thing as bad publicity. You might get the views, your numbers might say otherwise, because numbers are neutral, right? Numbers are numbers. But the numbers, the emotional reaction or the emotional valence that associated with those numbers is going to be negative, and therefore your products won't be marketed properly. That's my opinion.
Okay.
What's your opinion?
Oh my god, you covered so many things. Wait, like every minute, I was like, okay, I have a response to this. And I was like, okay, wait, on the next topic.
Okay, let's go. Okay,
let's go by point by point. Okay.
Yeah.
Is bad publicity? Is all publicity good publicity? What's the question, right?
Yeah. Is there such thing as bad publicity?
I think it will first of all depend on your brand.
Yeah.
So if you're a bit big polished brand that's already out there, and you have thousands of people under your name, you have an entire branding, marketing strategy, then if something goes wrong, there is bad publicity lah.
Yeah.
Correct. But this is Anytime Fitness Chai Chee, where no one has heard of it. 0 people have heard of Anytime Fitness Chai Chee, but now that they have blown up, basically half of Singapore knows what Anytime Fitness Chai Chee is. And if you stay in Chai Chee and you need a gym, you know that Anytime Fitness Chai Chee is there.
No, here's the problem. You know, right?
Yeah.
But would you want to go?
Okay, so the thing is that the reason why I feel how do I put this across? There's a lot of okay, so what they are doing is marketing on TikTok.
Yes. Yeah.
And what they're doing is directly targeting their target audience.
Which is men, right?
Which
Makes
is
sense.
men.
Yeah.
So when I look at the video as a female, as a regular consumer, I feel that it's a bit distasteful. It's a bit distasteful. I wouldn't be when I see the video, I'll be like, oh my god, amazing video. I'll be like, why does this happen? But it's the same feeling I get when I open TikTok for the first time.
Yeah.
Because people dressed up and dancing. I mean, for me, when I see it, it's but it's not that different from all the other like a lot of the other content that is out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But to be fair, all the other content that was there is not a brand. It's you. It's like a personal thing. So you can dance all you.
So
for
this
all
is
you give
their
a shit, right?
their identity
This
lah.
is you have a product to sell. The product is not you. I get it if it's like it's the girl, right? And the girl dances and therefore she gets the following. It's because the product is her.
But why do you think they did this though? Like what do you think was the reason?
Okay.
Like the thought process. If you had to like embody
Let
like,
me role play this, okay?
okay.
I already thought about this already.
Yeah.
I already thought this.
Yeah.
Here's the meeting room, okay? You're the intern that's about to do all these TikTok videos, and I'm the CEO.
Actually, the first impression I get was that the person is young.
Yeah. Right? So I'm the person who started AF Chai Chee, and I'm probably like 25 or something. And then I came out
Fitness
and it's like,
guru, you like
And
want to make it big. This is like your dream. You finally like got it. But complete assuming of this because I tried to
have no
find there's
idea.
no information on this online.
we're just assuming, we're just role playing, okay? This is not fact. I'm just role playing what I think probably happened.
Complete assumptions.
Is
But
that
okay, yeah.
this intern go, but boss, like our
I'm the intern.
marketing how,
Hey, boss, like we have the brand, right? I think we should start marketing early, you know? Even though the gym is not open yet, I think like we can start doing something ahead of time.
Actually, nowadays, like the trendy platform is the what?
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. Yeah. I think TikTok very trendy. I go before. I think got a lot of like the Xiaomei dancing. And actually, right, because like you want to target like men. Right? So what do men like?
Boss, I use TikTok. You know what kind of videos always get recommended on my feed?
What?
Girls dancing.
Girls dancing?
Girls dancing. Confirm
my
will do
God.
well one. You do girls dancing, right? It's low effort, high reward because you'll confirm get the views and then everybody will know about it.
And men like it, right?
Yes.
That's perfect. Get the most famous girls.
Actually, the vibe that I get right from this is like they ask their chill friends. It's not like
I don't think they're friends.
I don't think they go to like a talent agency and like, hey, I need like 5 female
I don't think
models.
so.
I think they just say like, hey,
I
like
think they just approach influencers, or no?
the influencers.
I think some of them are.
I thought it's like, like by connection, like, oh, you got any pretty friends that are willing to like help us market for this thing. Yeah.
Maybe actually maybe. Let's not assume. But maybe. But yeah, that's
maybe.
probably how it went down.
We are completely guessing. This is all in our head.
That's if I had to guess how it went down, that's what I think roughly went down.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I agree that the awareness is through the roof. I honestly didn't know Chai Chee Road existed. But suddenly I know Chai Chee Road exists because of Anytime Fitness Chai Chee. Right? To their credit, I think awareness is there. Right? But as any good marketing person will tell you, right? I'm not even that great of a marketing person. But if any good marketing person will know, awareness is like the bare minimum. If anything, right, it's like almost like it's sure it's the very fundamental. But if your awareness is not followed up by conversion because of attitudes or beliefs towards the brand, then the awareness means shit. Like, doesn't mean anything.
What I'm very curious about is to like know their sign up rates.
I want to know the sign up rates.
Actually is higher. Because the thing is that, right, I stay in Pasir Ris.
Yeah.
And Anytime Fitness opened in Pasir Ris.
Yeah.
And I had no idea for like the first few years. But the thing is that if you stay in Chai Chee or anywhere in the Chai Chee or like anywhere in Singapore, right, you basically know that this gym exists, which is like the first step.
Yeah.
I mean, is it in the right direction? I don't know, but like it's a first step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Denzel raised up a very good point where it's like, but which men dare to sign up? Like every time you walk into Anytime Fitness Chai Chee now, everyone is just gonna assume that you saw the TikToks and you liked it. And therefore you signed up. No?
Okay, but the thing is
even
that
if it's not true.
No, but the thing is that like, okay, I feel that as viewers, right, in Singapore, we are now very discerning.
Yeah.
Like, and like we know when something is a marketing strategy versus when they are saying like, oh, these chobus will be the staff that are at the place, or these chobu will be guaranteed be there. No what? Like when you watch, you know that was something that they did just for the video. So if you were to go down to Anytime Fitness Chai Chee, just to check it out, will you assume that would be like 90% of like the patronage there? No what?
No.
Yeah, so that means like by logic, if your friend goes there, you know that they are not
but it's like
being surrounded by like hot girls.
Of course they're not being surrounded. But then like I think it's like a association
why are you
thing.
supporting this, is it?
Not just that, but like it's like an association thing where they assume that you knew about this through this and therefore you kind of liked it and therefore you went to sign up. Like there's
So,
a
so
bad
what you're
association.
saying is that people might not go
Yeah, for purely the shame.
because of the shame.
Yeah. I think so. Genuinely. Okay.
I
I
feel
might
like
be
people
wrong.
don't care.
Okay, I do think that here's the thing. I do think that if you are really into fitness, you won't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But they're not trying to take those people. What? You're trying to get those people who are not into fitness. They're trying to get the people who don't have a gym. They don't have a home gym, and they're like, wait a minute, I want to exercise, but I don't know where to go.
Mm.
And that is a huge ass market they are leaving out if that's their game plan lah. I don't know whether it is, but I do think I agree that if you are already into fitness, maybe you already have a gym membership.
You want a gym near
and
your
you
house,
want a gym
you
near
just
your
go
house,
down.
and then you're like, wait, it's just Tai Chi. Then you just do it, right?
Or like you're passing my Chee, like, hey, I want to go and like work out today then.
Correct. You'll go
Yeah.
in. That one I agree that you probably won't affect because you having the facilities there and the equipment there enough really. But to other people who like straight up don't even have the motivation to work, right? To work out. And now you have to entice them to motivate to work out. Having this label is quite a big demotivator to sign up in specifically AF Tai Chi.
If you're someone who doesn't really work out, you won't just not go to like Anytime Fitness Tai Chi. You just not go to any gym at all, what, in general.
But that's the point I think that's the struggle of any gym's marketing, what?
Yeah. So you know what I realized was that like when I was looking at Anytime Fitness, there's like Anytime Fitness Tai Chi, Anytime Fitness Choa Chu Kang, Anytime Fitness Tanjong Pagar, and there's like so many out there. And it's not just like this gym, there are like this gym, other brands, local, international, like so many organizations out there, right? And it's very hard for them to stand out.
Exactly. That's the problem. And
which I think is what they were going for. Like they are looking for that, like, I don't want to say USP, but like they're looking for that one thing to write on.
To make unique.
To get like, to make themselves unique and to get like publicity, to get people to like have interest in them. Because like to be honest, right, if I were to look at it from like purely entertainment point of view, right, as someone who is not a gym junkie, when I see their videos versus I see another like gym videos, they'll be like, oh, like, you know, like how to do push-up, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Versus like this one. My attention will be more this one.
Of course, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
The attention span will be go to there, and I don't think that they'll really set themselves apart. And that's why I say the awareness is not a problem. I'm just saying that, like if depends on who. Okay, even if your target audience is fitness people, which I don't think it is, right? Because the fitness people probably already have a current solution to their gym stuff, whether it's Anytime Fitness or home gym or whatever. I would think that their main target audience, they want to target other people who have never been in a gym, who wants to work out but on the edge, like don't quite have the equipment.
Then what will be the pull factor?
That's the problem. It's not this one.
I feel that the objective was just to get the name out though. I don't think that like they're like them saying like this there's like we use trouble for marketing will like actually like affect anybody.
I think it will demotivate them, man. No man. Because like suddenly you're associated with it. And as someone who doesn't feel working out or like exercising as that big of a personality trait, right? Like as that big of a personality trait, right? Like having this extra demotivating factor might really be the flip, the switch, like. Because like it's not like, as I said, not like the fitness people who already have the discipline and already don't give a shit, right? Because they just want to work out. These people, they're thinking about like, oh, but like I don't even know whether I have time after work, or I don't even know whether like I will want to go down. Then to them it's like, oh, but like maybe this amount of money I can spend on, I go JB like 2 times a week, or like then on top of that they have to go, oh, but like Chee, maybe people think I'm pervert, then how? See, is this extra creep that might just push someone against doing it?
Actually, for some reason, that wasn't like the first thing that like came to my mind when it came to.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm like, a guy, I just think in my head, like, right? If I go Anytime Fitness Tai Chi, everyone's gonna just think I'm a pervert to it.
If my friend telling me they go Anytime Fitness Tai Chi, right? I'll be like, oh, that gym, okay, lor. Like, yeah.
I don't think it's justified. I don't think it's true that that everyone that goes to Anytime Fitness Tai Chi is a pervert. I don't think that anyone would think that I'm just saying that the people who are making the decision by themselves might think that they might feel like the whole world is judging them, even if they are not.
As a guy, you would say that like you will be worried about going there mainly because if you go there, you think there's a high chance that people would at least associate you with like
Yes.
the way they brand themselves.
Yeah. Even though I'm pretty sure most people won't. But and the other problem is that the reason why I brought up the whole fact that like those, I think their main target audience is the people who don't work out, is because they're having this like chabus or whatever, right? They don't add a pull factor to working out. If anything, it adds this whole saga adds a push. There's no pull factor. What's the pull factor? You know there won't be the chabus in the gym, right?
I think
there's no pull factor. So the initial inertia of wanting to go to a gym has not been resolved by this whole marketing campaign.
No, but I don't think they thought that far when it comes to this marketing campaign. I think
why.
their main objective was legit to like, let's make a viral video. Yeah.
But that's the problem, right?
But
this is why, once again, marketing specialists exist.
But actually, like, why is this like particularly like distasteful?
Like this campaign?
Yeah.
Distasteful? Why is it?
Like, why are people being, what do you think it is that people are getting like exceptionally, maybe not offended, but like upset by the way that they market? Because this isn't the first company out there that use like, you know, like sexuality to like promote their company. I mean, like, if you look at like, okay, in the past, I mean, this was in the past, and it worked, like ENF. ENF, maybe this ad just came out in the wrong era.
I think it did.
If it came out in like, if it came out in an era whereby like everybody was like, oh, you know, like
a bit less woke for lack of a better word.
I was trying to avoid the word woke, but yes, a bit less like
a bit less conscious about about like how these kind of things might affect society.
Yeah. Then I think it would have flown.
Yeah, it might have.
Yeah.
And I think, I do think that the reason a lot of people might be calling out the hypocrisy, because like some, like for example, if you see a random girl like dancing on TikTok, you wouldn't be hating on her. But for some reason, this AF Chai Chee, like they're doing the same exact thing, but they're getting hit.
Yeah, that was what I was quite puzzled. But just now you mentioned it's because like now it's tied to a brand and it's like a marketing strategy, and someone actually said like, let's hire this girl. Whereas it's like you own self want to do if you are like a,
and it's your own personal brand.
Yeah.
That you can own self fuck up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
there's like someone kind of like hiring these girls to do it, and then it doesn't help that they are very young.
Yeah. It does. Yeah. Like, as in, to be fair, okay. I was like, I think we can go a little bit into the morality part, but I don't think that long, because I don't think we have very strong opinions about that part. I think it's stronger opinions about marketing. But the morality...
Okay, come, let's touch on the morality part.
Morality part?
Morality part.
I was thinking about the morality part. Morality. I was thinking about the morality part. The morality part. For a very long time. But all I came back to was that as much as I'm sometimes a bit uncomfortable watching it, right? All I keep coming back to is that these girls probably getting paid.
Yeah.
And they consented to it. And they are of age. As far as I know. They are of age. Then what's stopping us? Why should we stop them?
Yeah, I don't think that
like there's nothing wrong with what they're doing.
Any right to like stop them and say like that, hey, that's like illegal. It's more like, hey, a bit like you know, like it's a bit like I'm going to use the same word again, but it's a bit like distasteful.
There's also another like argument to be had. Like there's the male gaze, right? So the people who don't know what the male gaze is that whenever like movies or any film or anything, like they specifically like frame the girl or the women in a sexual way, in a way that's like, sexual, like maybe like through their wardrobe or maybe like through the framing, like Zack Snyder fucking loves this, but he loves like the booty shot. Like you shoot like damn low and then shoot the girl's butt like right in the middle of the frame for some fucking weird reason. He just loves it.
And movies get away with it.
Yeah, movie gets away with it. So that's the male gaze. It's basically how the camera frames the scene in a way that's meant for the male.
Yeah.
Right? I do believe that if the girl, okay, but this is just my opinion. if a woman takes charge of the male gaze, then it's a subversion of the male gaze. Because
Wait,
they are in
what
charge
do
of
you
it.
mean? So that means it's not as
For example, if Jade Rasif
yeah.
takes a revealing photo or like a sexy photo of herself, that's a subversion of the male gaze because she decided to put herself into it and she's in control and power over it.
So that's
Over the male
assuming that
gaze.
she's aware of the male gaze and she doesn't care. She say like, okay, this is what I want to do and I'm going to do it because I think it looks good rather
There
than
you
because
go.
I think men will look
And
good.
then also, and no, even if it's because the man will like it, she made that
she's-
causal decision and therefore she has power
She has
over
the
the
power,
decision.
okay.
Rather than a man being the power
So-
of the gaze.
Do you think, right, that like if they came out and say like, okay, actually the founder of like this CEO, the founder of like Anytime Fitness Chai is a female, do you think it'll change people's opinion?
Yeah.
So now people are upset because they're probably
Or rather, it'll change
assuming
my opinion a little bit. And honestly speaking, even if you're still a man,
I'll be a bit confused, but at the same time I feel that the angle will be like
it'll be different. I think.
lesser. Yeah.
And
The emotions to it will be less strong.
I think even if you're a man, right, the fact that these influencers are probably earning money from this and they consciously knew going in that this was what they're going to do, I think that is also in a way them subverting it also. So
you're going that way, okay.
in a weird way, they made use of the male gaze for their own gain. And in that weird way, it's okay. You get what I mean? Right? You get what I mean? Because they are in power of it and they're gaining from it. The problem with the male gaze was that the women weren't gaining from it, they were losing from it, but the men were. But in this case, there's an argument to be had that they are gaining from it. Therefore, is it really that wrong? Morality-wise, just purely morality-wise, I think it's still distasteful because I think it's a bit weird and I think it's a brand. But morality-wise, I don't think there's anything to be said about it. If anything, isn't it better that these girls are gaining from it? It's like the Kira Kitty argument, right? Or the Jade Rasif argument. I think it's the same.
Okay.
Because they're gaining from it, they are the power now. They are holding the power. Which is subverting it because there's no more the male dominance dynamic.
Wait, how are they gaining from it? They are not, if they're not like direct employees.
Money,
of
they're
the
getting money
brand,
right from this.
But like,
I'm assuming
if they get paid by like per video, it doesn't really matter like whether it does well or not.
Maybe
do they
influence.
really have control if that's the case? By just like saying, okay, yeah, I will appear in this. Because like there are other factors that come into play about whether or not they will say yes to this. Like maybe they think that it will make them look, like
What? Like more appealing?
Yeah. Then it goes back to the male gaze already. It's just going around in circles, yeah.
I do think that if the decision they made was based on like they didn't know what they were getting themselves into, and when they got there, the marketing person went like, hey, time to wear the short shorts. And then like, oh shit. Then they just danced and they were uncomfortable with it. Then I think there's a problem. But I think that if they knew full well they're gonna do this, 100% they knew, and they're gaining something from it, whether is it fame or money or fucking can be Anytime Fitness subscription, like, for I give a shit, right? As long as they're getting something from it, then there's an argument to be had is a you go get it girl kind of argument.
Okay, I'll agree with you on that, yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Because they're making something of it.
Yeah. But actually at the same time, right? If you just look at it as like a yeah, I guess it's all about the intention.
I agree.
It's all about the intention. There's like really nothing wrong with like wearing whatever the hell you want, doing whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
It's like whether or not you did it because you wanted to. Yeah.
But I do agree that like it's a bit scary that a lot of people on TikTok are like primary school students or like secondary school students.
So do you
watch this
actually think that this will affect like the way they perceive like themselves? Or like
beauty standards?
the way that they perceive beauty standards? Do you think that this will perceive the way that they feel like they should behave? Because I feel that it wouldn't affect.
Why won't it affect?
like there is so much media out there, right?
Yeah.
Every day you're consuming so much content.
Yeah.
And I feel that today it's really good because there are a lot of like body positive movement out there. People are being like very transparent about their personal struggles. Like people are more accepting of like, you know, like who you are, how you look. So that message is already very clearly out there. And I think like this one video that you see while scrolling through TikTok or you see like on like a news site, it wouldn't make you think like, hey, then, you know, like, yeah, like even as a kid, I think it's a small thing in the grand scheme of things when it comes to like, what was the word? When it comes to like
the larger scale,
the bigger picture,
picture,
societal consequences. Yeah, it doesn't really, I feel, actually have any real, actual, tangible impact on society.
I do think there's a footnote. It's like a small footnote of already very large societal thing that comes from societal impact that comes from like a social media platform like Instagram and TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Like we have talked about like in unhealthy beauty standards or unhealthy like life standards or whatever from like the Facebook days or from the Instagram days. I think TikTok has the same issue. I don't think it's particularly worse than when Instagram was a thing or when Facebook was a thing, but it's still there. We still haven't solved it, and this doesn't help. But at the same time, doesn't make it like significantly worse. I think it's a small footnote. I don't think it's. I think the larger problem is still like the prevailing trends of the platform, and this is just a small part of the prevailing trend. But I do think that having a big brand like Anytime Fitness do this, right? I think it's not great.
You think you affect
I think
the whole of Anytime Fitness?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't think so.
Yeah, but because everybody's like Anytime Fitness Chee.
But I do think that like yeah. But I do think that like but I do think that having a big brand, whether or not it's Chee or it's just Anytime Fitness, right? Having a big brand hop onto the trend or this kind of like already very dubious trends, right?
Wait, the trend you're referring to is what? Like dancing in like revealing attire?
Yeah. Or like selling selling sex or sex sell or like body selling or whatever. Like this kind of things. If a big brand does it, it's almost like endorsing it. And then suddenly it gets a lot more okay to do it. Because there used to be a certain amount of shame to it. Do you not think so? Right?
A certain amount of shame to what?
To like
use it, to sexualize people.
No, to like watch these things. Like when if let's say
there
someone
is still that I think the thing is the shame is like still
But
there.
I think the fact that a big brand did it might eventually open up a small crack in that.
I feel that like using sexuality to like promote anything has always been around. It has never ever gone away.
Yes.
Ever. Like ever. It has always been there.
Yeah.
Movies, you think about it, or like everywhere.
But nowadays it's been getting less and less.
People do it in a more controlled, subtle way. But
even
it has
now,
always been there. I think this is just one of the things that are just like, it's just like, you know, like this is like what it's supposed to be, and you just like deviate a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that that's what you said. Like if this thing had been released like 20 years ago, probably wouldn't have better than
10 years? No, shit. 2000s was 20 years ago.
Yeah. Like 20 years ago, if this had released, wouldn't have been an eye probably. Like it's probably going to be quite in trend with how other brands are selling their stuff. But especially now with the current climate, like that, like even movies, they are very, 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 very sensitive to when you use like sex.
Yeah.
Especially for movies that not supposed to have sex. Like if 50 Shades of Grey, I fucking get it, right? You're supposed to use sex to sell 50 Shades of Grey. I don't get that's fine. But if you tell me you tell me like fucking Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness suddenly got one like sex sell thing, right? I think people will be very sensitive to that and people will bash it. Even if it's from a big brand. So I think in this day and age, we have to ride the trend. Or rather we have to adjust to the societal norms and adjust to what we are to this kind of things nowadays.
I'm just wondering that like, because the reason why they market this way, right? They use this strategy is because they think that there's an audience for it. And
Yeah, there is lah.
there is still an audience for it. Yeah.
I also do think that
Then
another
it's just like how much of us are actually audience of it and how much of us are actually honest but say that we're not. Yeah.
I think another big point that Melvin brought up, I think last point before we wrap up real quick, but isn't it the same as using influencers to promote their place or using a model? I think people just find it weird because it's most likely the new norm for promoting. I think, right, if they had used an influencer or whatever and they were working out, I think it would have been better.
But the problem with this thing was that
they weren't working out.
No, because the gym wasn't even open yet.
Exactly. Then why are you promoting?
I think they're just trying to do something. No,
okay, here's the thing. Here's my gripe. I think another big reason why people don't like it is because it's not on brand. It has nothing to do with working out.
Actually, okay, then the question is it okay for them to do this?
Morally?
To do the video.
Go ahead. Marketing wise, I think it's a terrible idea.
I don't think like anybody can say that, oh, you shouldn't have done this.
No.
Yeah.
Morally, I think like you can sleep well at night. I don't think you did anything wrong.
Yeah.
As far as I know lah, you don't go and force them to do whatever, then okay lah. But like, I'm just saying like once again from the marketing point of view, I think why people are so upset also is because it's super off brand. If you tell me
what is the brand?
Work out like a gym. Like
there is like there's no like branding. I'm very sure there's
no, but it's not
like,
even related to what they do. They're not even dancing in the gym.
I think they're just doing whatever they want.
That's the problem.
No, but actually, okay.
You know what I mean? If let's say, okay, if you tell me like a perfume has an ad that has like a lot of very sensual scenes and whatever, people won't be angry, even though technically it's sex also what. But you know why? Because you get it. It's a perfume. It's meant to be that. And then, or let's say 50 Shades of Grey. The reason why you won't be angry at 50 Shades of Grey having sex in their ads is because it's fucking 50 Shades of Grey. But if you suddenly come and tell me that Apple come out of nowhere and like had this picture of just like a woman's boobs and then like in the middle there's an Apple phone, right? Then everyone will be like, what the hell is this? And it makes sense because that's not Apple. And it's not related at all. And I think that's the problem with Anytime Fitness Chee also, because whatever they did wasn't even related to the gym. Like,
you could make an argument.
They weren't even, I'm pretty sure they weren't even dancing in the gym.
They got do the workout with their clothes. But I think that one is a stretch. That one is a stretch. I think they were just really trying whatever works, right? And how to say, to a certain extent, right?
Yeah.
I feel that because it's on TikTok and because that's the nature of it, like TikTok, it doesn't make it as bad as if it were like on another platform. Because
it's the norm.
Because it's the norm. And like the thing about TikTok, right, is that there is no expectations for brands to really like behave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
like,
anything,
really, like,
better if you don't
anything goes. Yeah. Because if you like kind of go off brand or like you do something that's different from like other, like your competitors, right? Like your competitors are like posting like how to do workouts, they're doing this. People also find it refreshing. I mean, like doing something different off brand is also refreshing. Yeah.
But yeah,
I this case is like
it needs to be in the circle still. It needs to be in the box still.
So I think they are onto something, but in a little bit of an off-track way. But at the same time, right, have you seen their recent videos?
Oh, okay. I like their recent videos.
Yeah.
Their recent videos are good.
Yeah, because they address the issue, which is why now my sentiment towards them, right, is not as negative because they did take like the feedback into account and then they adjusted their content accordingly. They didn't go like defensive, like, hey, like why like that, you know, they like took it and then they did it
in a comedic way and they addressed it
in the same style.
In the same style, but
in the same style. They didn't lose their identity without like. So I think in that sense, I think there's like, I do kind of want to applaud them for being able to acknowledge that they were a little bit off.
I agree.
And then like
100%.
Like, you know, like making the changes and then making it more palatable and then like making the content more enjoyable for the audience now. Yeah.
I understand. I do agree. I do think that their later stuff good. And to their credit, I think it's a good job for the later stuff.
Yeah.
But really enough, I think that if they had just had
Mm.
girls work out in the same exact clothing instead of dancing.
I think it was just
People won't-
inexperience at the start.
Yeah.
Inexperience in marketing. Like probably the person was just like a regular TikTok user that maybe didn't know how to like, like look out for the nuances and like be aware of like how this might affect their branding,
Yeah.
how it might affect like the entire Anytime Fitness if it affects how anyone sees the brand now. But they are learning.
They're learning.
Yeah.
And with that, I think that's a good way to end it. I don't hate you guys. Anytime Fitness Chee, if you guys are watching this, I don't hate you guys. You guys keep doing your thing. I just don't think your marketing decision at the start was the best. But you guys are learning, as we all are. I'm not the marketing expert here, evidently, because if not, I will have a company and I'll be rich, but I'm not. So, what the hell do I know? So maybe you are onto something.
You have a company, founder of Overthink.
Yeah, and we are not earning any money, so what the fuck do we know, right? So maybe we should start doing that instead. Are you ready to
Dance?
Yeah.
Yeah, dance with me. If you dance with me, I do with you.
No, but the point is that you have to dance
Dance with you.
in crop top and shorts.
As long as you do the same thing.
And on that very disturbing note, thank you so much for watching today's episode of IMO. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yes, next week will be with me and Kezia. I'll also have a special guest. In fact, two special guests. Adria and her sister come and talk about working together in TSL. And with that, stay safe, don't get COVID and monkeypox now, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
See you
care,
guys.
everybody.
See you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye.